Hi guys, welcome to Wet Living. My name is Mercy.
Hi guys, I'm Kamo. Welcome, our champions. We are champions. We are the champions, my friend.
Yes, we are, and we are alive. This life is worth living. So you are
Yes.
here, so live it.
Yes, we are here.
Ooh,
we're
I'm so
living it.
excited to have you today, my friend.
Yes. You've been giving a lot of testimonies, man.
I've been testifying.
It seems like I don't have testimonies. But you know what, guys? I am the reason behind those testimonies.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
I'm the
he's
reason
God,
behind those testimonies.
yes.
So while you were an 8-year-old going through situations there in JK2, I was somewhere praying for you. Okay, it's a joke, guys. But
You were.
I guess that's why God made us meet, right?
Yes.
Yeah, man. But I must tell you, the testimonies have been impacting lives out there, and I really think it's beautiful. I'm gonna start sharing mine very soon.
Yes.
Yes.
Your faith journey.
My faith journey. Yeah, cool. So today, love, we want to reflect, look back a few years back.
Yes.
It's amazing how, we met, 14 years ago, 2007, and we considered ourselves very young then.
Yeah.
14 years after, we still consider ourselves young. But
Ramaginya.
even many
Yeah.
many years before then, we considered ourselves young. And the truth is, now I work with people who are 10 years older. Funny enough, right?
Yeah.
10 years older.
Even more than that, eh?
Even more than that, we're growing, love.
Yeah.
They say life begins at 40. 40 is just there by the corner.
I wonder how it's gonna be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. So reflecting back, it's been quite a journey for me. I grew up in the Methodist Church.
Yeah.
Where my father is an evangelist Letselia. Right? He's an active man of God. And I grew up in the church. We as a family, we used to go to church together. And that's why I still love God, I believe. It's because we were raised in a Christian
church setup.
A church setup. Not a church setup, love. Sounds like we had a church.
Okay, in a Christian setup. Let's put it like that.
Just before people think I'm a preacher's kid. Yeah, I'm a preacher's
You are
kid.
a preacher's kid.
That my father doesn't own the church, right? Yeah, but looking back, we're raised in a Christian way, in a Christian family, and most of the people around me are Christian. We believe in God at different levels, right? Some of us are the 90% Christian. Speaking to a young lady at work, she said, you're either a Christian, 100% Christian, or you're not Christian. Because, yes, by the blood we were saved, right?
Yeah.
But, I guess we tend to rate ourselves and, put ourselves where we think we are with the journey. I think our school setup is encourages the Christian way of growing up. We pray at the assembly. You remember the assembly? I think you're one of those that used to lead songs.
No. No.
But Bono was saying you're a very good singer.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I guess it's a good thing. Right, so I was raised from humble beginnings. I say it as if I've arrived in life. Not yet, eh?
Yeah, we have arrived.
We've arrived?
Yo,
No. Not yet. Not yet. There's people who've arrived.
Maybe, what, baby? We grew up at different points of life,
You mean looking back where you come from?
Looking back where I come from, I feel like, but hey,
it's a story. So, I guess, looking back and, if I were to speak to the 20-year-old me, there's a lot of things I'd like to say. About you, how did you grow up?
I grew up at the village.
Okay.
I remember one of the days my sister was getting married, and then, she got married. Her bride price was cows, right? So I was staying with my parents at the village.
African bride price.
African bride price. So I was staying in the village. So we used to have a head boy. So there were like 8 cows that were in the kraal. I think within a space of 6 months, all the cows were gone. Some went missing. The other one died because it ate plastic. And then there was this one stubborn one. So I was literally looking after that one stubborn one together with the other goats and the other sheep.
Yeah. What did you call that cow? Did you have a name?
Blakey.
Blakey.
I called it Blake. It was black and it was very stubborn, guys. I had to run from my place to... That's a distance. How long or how many kilometers is it from my place to Bisoli?
It's 8 kilometers.
8 kilometers, my friend. I ran after that cow because it was traveling in people's farms, right? So I had to run after it.
Okay.
Where I was, I could literally see the cars passing, and I knew, oh my God, that's an A1 road leading to Zimbabwe, and I was barefooted.
Yeah.
I had no shoes on myself, so I grew up in that kind of a setup. I enjoyed it, hey?
Yeah.
I would go to school, and then around 10 a.m. when it's breakfast at school, I'll just run home, open up the kraal. And my goats were very understanding. They were very understanding. Yeah, you know what happens.
What do you mean? Are they like Mohoritane goats? They cross the road at the zebra crossing.
They were like that, kind of. So they decided they're not gonna be grazing far away from where I stayed, so I wouldn't have to look after them or go and look for them from the bushes and all that. So
Okay.
so that was my life. Like when we go and fetch the firewood. The way you're looking at me is as if you're saying I'm lying, baby.
Yeah, it sounds like a movie, baby.
I'm not lying. I did those things.
But I can relate. We used to go to the village where over the weekends or when the school closes.
Yeah.
School holidays, right?
Yeah.
And I remember my do I call him my uncle?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So used to call me. So we used to live in Lubatse.
Yeah.
Right? And and so the one time, this clever Lubatse guy, we were taking the donkeys, we hey man, we do a hopana. So we were heading somewhere and someone was supposed to make them turn, right? So I went to sort of the front to scare them to turn a certain direction.
Yeah.
Hey, uncle, Ramokolo. You know what he said? He said, Lawaza, I still remember that. So we had to learn a lot of things. We would learn, as we go. And, when you grow up in the town and you go to the village, you're treated a certain way. So we're always trying to, find a balance, what's the right thing to do. And I believe for you as well, when you came to the city.
Yeah.
But when you eat with your hands, people used to say, I use a spoon.
It's surprising because I think we are actually reflecting on maybe our funny childhood moments.
Yeah.
So when you're talking about how your uncle was calling you Lobatse because you grew up in a town.
Yeah.
My grandfather, we used to go with my cousins, and then we'll go at the farms. I'll call it at the farms. It was very far.
Yeah.
We will there was no transport at that time, so we walk a very long distance. And my grandfather didn't want any lady wearing pants, whether it's cold or it's not cold. No pants.
It was very traditional.
It was very traditional. So what we will do is that with my cousins, we will walk that distance. We'll be wearing pants. Just when we're about to arrive at the house, we'll be taking off the pants and putting on the skirts.
So you'll be coming from the town?
From the town. So you'll be going to check up on him. So we'll be taking off the pants, and then we'll be putting on the skirts. So one of the days we decided, I don't know what happened. I think I'll need to ask my cousins what happened. All the women were wearing pants, all of us. And you know what? That day, My grandfather called us, then he's like, my children, I went to this shop and then I was looking for pens. And then when I got there, the store manager told me that there are no longer pens in the shop. And then I asked him, where are the pens? And then he's like, your children has finished the pens in the shop. And then we broke into laughter, and that's when all of us were now allowed to wear pens.
Wow.
So it was very traditional, but it only happened like that. So I think he had given in.
Yeah,
He's like,
he gave in. Yeah. Cool, man. So yeah, it was and school. How was school for you?
School, primary or junior?
From primary.
From primary. Let me remember any funny moment.
Maybe not funny.
Yeah.
I remember you had an accident
Oh yes.
on a hill.
On a
when you went for a school
hill.
trip.
We
Yeah.
went to time. We went for a school trip, and when we went to a school trip, and then we went to Nyangagwe Hill for the first time, seeing the Nyangagwe Hill, and then we went up the hill.
So where's Nyangagwe here?
It's in Francistown.
Okay.
So we went up the hill, and then when we were up the hill, so the teachers would keep on saying, make sure you don't move fast. So when we were coming down, so make sure you come down slowly because it's steep. So you know how kids are, you know how we are, like kids, that you become funny and you become naughty and all that. So as we going down, there's this a friend of mine. She comes behind me and then she does all the silly steps behind me. Yo, Gawa. Gawa.
So she tripped you.
She tripped me. I don't know, man. It's easy to die here.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Because I was actually rolling down the hill the whole way, but I'm actually seeing myself in the air, and then I'm looking down and I'm seeing myself, I'm rolling, but I'm also seeing myself in the sky. So I'm hearing myself screaming, ah! And then I hit a rock, and then that's when I saw myself back into the body. So yeah.
So you died?
I think so. I think I left the body for.
But is it you or is your ghost now?
No, it's me.
Okay, cool. And for me, growing up at school, I did a lot of sports.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I used to play football, soccer, right? And I used to have a nickname. I'm not gonna say it. It might come back. I was very active in drama in the earlier years. I wanted to be an actor.
Hey.
I was an actor.
You were acting?
Yes, I acted.
So you mean I can check up your people that you used to study with? I can tell you.
I don't know where they are. It's amazing how we never see the people that we went to school with. But I used to act, and I believe I was very good. I participated a lot in the school choirs. We used to go on trips. I was the best tenor. Oh, not the best tenor, but I used to sing tenor.
Yeah.
And you really believe that voice is still there, right?
No, you're still good. You still can sing. I think also I danced the traditional. The traditional dance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
Traditional dance.
Oh, the Kalinga traditional.
Yes.
I always see young girls dancing it. Is it specifically supposed to be young girls dancing it, or is there older people?
There is older people.
Okay.
There is older people that dance that. What's your most embarrassing moment of your childhood?
Embarrassing?
Yeah.
I'll have to think, I don't know. What is yours?
As I was growing up, I think I remember two of them.
Wow, can I have the other? Yeah.
I think I remember the other one is when when you're at school and you arrive. I was schooling in the city, right? And then I went to the village, right? So there was this thing where you just knew in the school, like people will have issues with you and they want to fight with you. It's like they want to check if you are.
Yeah, you're now checking me.
They want to check if you're a city girl or what's happening.
Yeah.
So I think the most embarrassing moment for me at primary, though, I think it's the time when some other lady girl asked me to go and fight with her at the farms, and we fought, and it was just embarrassing for me. We fought. It was
That's good.
embarrassing.
That's
And I
good.
didn't
I
like
like a woman who can fight for
But
herself.
what were we fighting for? Like when I think about it now, what were we fighting for?
You're just checking each other's dominance.
Like at primary, they used to have this thing, like, after school, I'm going to beat you.
Yeah.
And it's like you have to prove yourself, and it was just the most.
So did you win? Let's finish the issue. Did you win or did you lose?
I think it was a 50-50 thing.
Oh, it was a draw.
I think it was a.
Okay. Good. I never fought at school, hey? I never fought at school.
I didn't like it. Hey, these girls at my school, they liked fighting. Hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember any embarrassing moment for me. But I think I was beaten a lot. My dad used to beat me a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. He believed in discipline. Yeah.
So was it embarrassing?
I don't know if it was embarrassing, but I don't know what I did. I can't remember all the things I did. But one time, I'm not sure if I'm embarrassed about it. So I grew up in Lobatse, right? So Lobatse, there is a Botswana Meat Commission where we slaughter cattle, right?
Yeah.
So there's the site at the back of the town where all the waste from the animal bodies is thrown at, right? So we used to go there looking for rubber bands because it seems like they use the rubber bands for something. So there was a lot of them that passed through the waste pipe. Right, so one day we came back. So you literally could have rubber bands on your two arms like this, right? So when we came back, we were smacked. I can't remember who we were with, but we were smacked hard because we had rubber bands and we were smelling cow shit. Yeah, so I don't know if it's an embarrassing time. It's one of those times that I remember. It was quite.
But I just remembered one of the most embarrassing things that I had when I was a child. I have this cousin of mine. She's very funny. She's very naughty. So when we were growing up, I don't know. I remember we were sleeping together, right? And then all of a sudden, I wake up and I am wet. So she's busy and she's like, I did wet on the blankets. And I understood that I don't do that. I think we were around, I don't know if we were 7 years old or 8 years old. So, and I check and I'm wet. You understand? And I don't understand because I haven't been like wetting on the bed. Like I'm old enough that I cannot wet on the bed.
Yeah, you don't have to.
And then that morning everybody's just looking at me as if I've done something that I didn't do.
Yeah.
Guess what? And then she comes laughing because she was this naughty girl. She comes laughing and then she says to me, she took the bucket of urine. When you're growing up, you would urinate in the bucket and all that. I don't know if she's the one who did.
Was it real urine?
It was real urine. This is how my cousin, how she was so naughty. She took the real urine from the bucket and she like poured it on me, and I was sleeping. And when I wake up, everybody thought I did like sissy on the bed, and she was busy laughing. And she confessed that I'm the one who did this. She was very naughty. We will go to the village and then we'll go and swim there at the river and all that. Like she will just put my head deep inside the water, and she will sit on top of me like.
That's not funny.
It's not funny. But those are the type of childhood moments or childhood memories that I have.
Wow.
They're funny now because we're big.
You are here.
I'm here.
Life is worth living, right?
Life is worth
so
living.
So honey.
Yeah.
Looking back at your 20-year self.
Yeah.
What would be your what would you like to change? Or what message would you say to yourself?
20-year-old. Let's see. I would say to my 20-year-old self, girl, you can become what you dream of. We can become whatever that you dream of. Don't fear. Just be it. Yeah.
Why is that so important to you? You're talking about
20.
to dream
Yeah.
and believe that you can achieve anything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Why is that so important to you? Now looking back, do you think you would have done something different in you? You would have done something different?
I think so. I think, okay, let me just talk about how the system is, how you go to school from Form 5, you go to tertiary, from that you look for a job. But, in our African, setup, it's like we were not really encouraged to go the entrepreneurship route as young as we were. It's something that we really took it upon ourselves now when we are now parents, as we are parents now. But it's not something that's encouraged at that particular time. But I know that I used to have those dreams of becoming an entrepreneur. I know that I used to have those dreams of really trying everything, like go for it, like do not be afraid. I guess that's why I ended up working in South Africa at that time and just knocking in every organization and dropping my CV.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And do you regret anything?
In terms of what?
Your 20 yourself.
I think as much as I'm saying, do not fear, you can become anything that you dream of. I think there was some limitations of fear. Like possibility was not encouraged at all in our society at that time. So possibility was something that we see from people probably that we think have money, Yeah, so I think I would say maybe there was a time I probably stopped pursuing, pursuing. Yeah, maybe I would have become the woman that I am probably earlier. Yeah.
And, if I were to speak to the 20-year-old me, I would say a couple of things, right? One, I wish I had taken more risks, right? I'm one of those guys that, at 20, I focused in school, campus ministry, and I didn't really take risks, calculated risks, right? Where, I tried everything that I could try at that time. I remember there was a time.
Fail.
Yeah, and fail
early.
as early as possible, right? There was
Yeah.
a time that I wanted to, during the semester break, there was a course that I wanted to do. And for me to do it, I was gonna terminate my lease and then pay the school fees, because I think it was gonna take about a month or two. Because I remember we used to open school. We used to open the semester in February. We used to close like early, early December or something. So I was gonna go and study that, professional course in IT. I believe it or not. And I didn't, because I felt what's going to happen in these 2 months? Where am I going to leave after the 2 months? And I ended up not doing it. It's something that I truly believe I could have done and achieved that. I'll probably be somewhere else in my career, or I could have learned something that would have taken me somewhere better. But at the same time, I don't regret. But, just to say, I wish I had taken more risks, because, as you grow, you don't want to take, a lot of risks. We've got these boys that are looking up to us, and we need to be available. So the other thing that I would like to say to my 20-year-old, it's similar to what you said, to follow my dreams. At 20, I wanted to act. I wanted to sing. I wanted to be a vocalist, like a professional vocalist or artist, whatever. And I didn't, chase it much because, well, I'll get to a time when I can do that.
The push wasn't enough.
The push wasn't enough, And it's, I now look back and feel, and I know it's never too late to start on some of these things, but if I had, taken a step then, it would be more easier to run with it. Yeah. So in terms of what I regret, isn't really much, but
probably regretting not pushing enough, maybe.
Yeah, you mean when I was talking about the cost.
Yeah.
You know what? It's like the flip side. I regret not taking risks. Because I can't take a lot of them now. I regret not. One of the things I wanted to do was, learn a lot about business and. Those times I had a lot of time to learn and unlearn and, fail. But I didn't, right? So, my message to a 20-year-old, 22, 23, 24-year-old right now is go for what you want to go for and try explore everything that you want to explore, because there would come a time in your life where you wouldn't be able to explore some of the things that you can now while you are younger. Just to close off this topic, we've reflected how we grew up. It was such fun. Earlier on we were talking about how things used to be easier. We didn't have walls, we had fences around our yards, and people used to play in the streets. I do miss those times. Our kids don't see that now. It's still there, a bit of it is still there in the villages. But it used to be very nice. When you play in the streets and you jump over the fence and you didn't have to worry about a lot of
using
things.
boxes to make pata-patas. the days when I was receiving letters at primary school. When and back in the days when you're having a letter, like a mail.
From your family?
From family.
Or was it your boyfriend?
No.
Okay.
It was a mail from Julie.
Yeah.
She used to write me a mail and then...
Big up to Julie.
Yeah, my sister.
Ma Pico.
So she would write me letters. Like, hey, I miss you. I'm going to see you when we close school and all that. So your name will be called up at the assembly that you have a mail.
So you walk to the front and get it.
So guys, we hope you also sit down with your family members, wherever you are, and try and reflect on the childhood memories and probably give your 20-year-old, 16-year-old messages and... it's important to reflect, I think as we grow up, we understand what this thing called life is as we grow up. Because I think I get amazed every day, I get amazed. I used to think people that are older than us understand what life is. But now that I'm old, I'm like, okay, it's not like they understood anything. You're still learning. So, but then the life is worth living. So you are here. Live it.
So live it, guys. You're a champion.
But my lashes are all up high because my body is here. Ooh.
It's good to see. I'm back from Morocco.
Morocco.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy 20-year-olds. Go for it, man. Don't hold yourself back. Bye-bye. See you.